For the first edition of Spotlight at 7, time to welcome in Lieutenant Tom Lenox, representing the Erie Police Department's Police Athletic League program, fresh off a great field trip, Tom, to Pittsburgh. Tell us about the trip. What was it like?
Yeah, this trip was very outstanding. It was remarkable. I mean, it was the first time we took that amount of kids on this trip. We added an extra bus this year. It was unique in a sense that a lot of our kids that have been making that trip, we put them in mentorship type roles to where they actually, and leadership type roles to where they actually help us move the groups throughout the facilities down there. So it was a lot of fun. A lot of newcomers this year that we had a magnificent time down there. So it was awesome.
We're going to show some pictures now, and there were so many smiling faces to look at. This is when you guys got back home and just got off the bus. But what is it like to see those smiling faces after a trip like that?
Yeah, it's awesome. It makes it all worth it. You know, with the public, the parents don't know, of the amount of moving parts that go on behind scenes just to kind of pull this off. But, the day of an event like this, when you see the faces while they're not only on the field trip, but the best part, if I'm being honest, Mike, are the bus rides down to the actual, to the facility and the ride back. And, you just have stories, memories, and the kids open up a lot more. And these are memories that, they'll carry with them for the rest of their life. And we're hoping someday that they take their own families down to enjoy, some of this historical type activities with their own families. So it makes it all worth it.
No question about it. All right, let's talk some recruiting now. You brought your pamphlet and you wanted to get a message out there, Tom. Tell us about recruiting.
Yeah, correct. We're actively in a recruiting cycle right now. Applications are available online on go.mercyhurst.edu, or you can go onto the City of Erie Police Department website, go to the recruitment section. It'll kick you right to the police test application. It's an $80 fee. The deadline to get those applications in will be June 27th of 2025, with the actual test, the physical and written exam on August 2nd at Mercyhurst Northeast Campus.
What are some of the physical tests they have to do?
Well, there's 5 components of the physical agility. They got to do a standing broad jump and try to reach 15.5 inches beyond their highest reach. There's a 1.5 mile run that they got to make in 15 minutes and 56 seconds. A 300-meter sprint in which they got to, do the 300 meters in 1 minute and 6 seconds. 25 straight push-ups, no time limit, and 30 straight sit-ups with no time limit.
And the best part about this, new recruits come in to become police officers, and it's a chance for them also to work with PAL. At this year's ball, you notice so many young officers involved. What does that mean to you to see that next wave come along?
That's awesome. The formula and the process for our newer officers, we basically try to tap into them very early in their careers. That way they have a pretty immediate indication of, what some of these families are going through, to have them get an immediate look on the other side of the community and the families that they're going to be working with and serving for the next 25, 30 years. So when we get a newer officer, we really encourage them to get involved in PAL, because in my opinion, that is a great way to professionally develop a lot of our officers and to get them immediately linked into the communities that they're going to be serving in.
Tom Lenox, always great to see you, sir. Continue to do great work.
Thank you,
always
sir.
Great to see Tom.